If you want to change the world, start by making your bed. If you make your bed every morning, you'll have accomplished the first task of the day. It gives you a small sense of pride and will encourage you to do another task, and another, and another. By the end of the day, that one task completed turns into many. Making your bed will also reinforce you that the little things in life do matter. If you can't do the little things right, you will never be able to do the big things right. And if by chance you have a miserable day, you'll come home to a bed that is made, that you made. And a made bed gives you encouragement that tomorrow will be better. If you want to change the world, start by making your bed. Over a few weeks of difficult training, my SEAL class, which started with 150 men, was down to just 42. There were now 6 boat crews of 7 men each. I was in the boat crew with the tall guys, but the best boat crew was made up of the little guys, the Munchkin crew as we call them. They consisted of 1 American Indian, 1 African American, 1 Polish American, 1 Greek American, 1 Italian American, and 2 tough kids from the Midwest. They out-paddled, outran, and outswam all of the other boat crews. The big men in the other boat crews would always make good-natured fun of the tiny little flippers the Munchkins had to put on their feet before every swim. But somehow these little guys from every corner of the world and every nation always had the last laugh, swimming faster than everybody else and reaching the shore long before the rest of us. SEAL training was a great equalizer. Nothing mattered but your will to succeed, not your color, your race, your education, or your social status. If you want to change the world, measure a person by the size of their heart, not the size of their flippers. During the land warfare phase of training, the students are flown out to San Clemente Island, which lies off the coast of San Diego. The waters of San Clemente are a breeding ground for great white sharks. To pass SEAL training, there are a series of long swims that must be completed, and one is a night swim. Before the swim, the instructors joyfully brief the trainees on all the species of sharks that inhabit the waters of San Clemente. They assure you, however, that no student has ever been eaten by a shark, at least not recently. But you are also taught that if a shark begins to circle your position, stand your ground. Do not swim away, do not act afraid, and if a shark hungry for a midnight snack darts towards you, summon all your strength and punch him in the snout, and he will turn and swim away. There are a lot of sharks in the world. If you hope to compete with and swim with these, you must deal with them. So, if you want to change the world, don't back down from the sharks. The 9th week of training is referred to as Hell Week. It is 6 days with no sleep, constant physical and mental harassment, and one special day at the Mud Flats. The Mud Flats are an area between San Diego and Tijuana where the water runs off and creates the Tijuana Sloughs, a swampy patch of terrain where the mud will engulf you. It is on Wednesday of Hell Week that you paddle down the Mud Flats and spend the next 15 hours trying to survive the freezing cold mud, the howling wind, and the incessant pressure to quit from the instructors. As the sun began to set that Wednesday evening, my training class, having committed some egregious infraction of the rules, was ordered into the mud. The mud consumed each man till there was nothing visible but their heads. The instructors told us that we could leave the mud if only 5 men quit, just 5 men. Only 5 men. If they would quit, then we could get out of this oppressive cold. Looking around the mud flat, it was apparent that some students were about to give up. It was still 8 hours until the sun came up, 8 more bone-chilling hours. The chattering teeth and shivering moans of the trainees were so loud it was hard to hear anything else. And then one voice began to echo through the night. One voice, raised in song. The song was terribly out of tune, but sung with great enthusiasm. One voice became 2, 2 became 3, and before long everyone in the class was singing. We knew that if one man could rise above the misery, then all of us could. The instructors threatened us with more time in the mud if we kept singing out loud, but the singing persisted, and somehow the mud seemed a little warmer, the wind a little tamer, and the dawn not so far away. If I've learned anything in my time from traveling the world, it is the power of hope, the power of one person, a Washington, a Lincoln, a King, a Mandela, and even a young girl from Pakistan, Malala. One person can change the world by giving hope. So, if you want to change the world, start each day with a task completed. Find someone to help you through life, and respect everyone. Know that life is not fair, and you will fail often. But if you take some risks, step up when times are tough, face down the bullies, lift up the downtrodden, and never ever give up. If you do these things, then the next generation and the generations that follow will live in a world far better than the one that we live in today. And what started here will indeed have changed the world for the better. Go Cats.